Anyway, speaking of hot and sweaty and I want water, we filmed a brand new video. We haven't been able to talk about it yet, but it's been out. Our Dragon Ball Z Frieza Saga in 5 minutes video finally came out, and also behind the scenes just came out too. But it's been a while since we haven't had a podcast. But anyway, that video is now out. We worked very hard on that. It was extremely hot during that and very tiring.
Yeah.
But yeah, that video, I've seen it all over the place. I'm really happy it was successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, like seriously, everybody helped with that video, and I couldn't be more grateful because I was really happy with how it turned out. That
could have been, I think, personally, that was the hardest video we ever filmed. Like,
oh, really?
Filming it, yeah, but the preparation for it took us weeks and weeks, and then to film it took forever. I mean, I think maybe the episodes are harder, but this for a standalone video.
Yeah, it's hard. That's the one thing about that video is it might not be so easy to perceive the difficulty of doing it, like, because it's, you know, it's intentionally kind of like bad effects and this and that. But man, you got to realize the amount of cut to this, cut to that, cut to this, cut to that, cut to this, cut to that for a full 5 minutes is a lot to film. Like, typically when you film action, you'll film all weekend and you'll get like a cool 30-second thing.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just how it works. But it was a 5-minute video. Like, it was, I mean,
everything had to be handmade. That was the whole point. So like,
yeah, and so
be handmade, what took forever.
Yeah, and so leading up to it, I was having serious doubts because I'm not that crafty. I think what I had to learn was to kind of get stupid with it. You know, I'm not really a crafty person, so in my brain I was defeatist. I was kind of like, I don't know how to build this. I don't know how to build a ship. I don't know how to... But then it's like, well, no, the whole thing with sweeting a video is you're supposed to make things from scratch. So once I got stupid with it, quote unquote, then it became fun to me. It became, let's make the spaceship, hey, in the show it looks like a football. Paint a fucking football. You know, how do we make Frieza's third form head? Well, everyone always compares it to the Geiger alien. Let's just get the Geiger alien head painted. You know, like, getting all these stupid parts together ended up making it fun. That being said, it was so much stuff to make ahead of time. Typically, we don't have that much to do ahead of time. It's just the filming that takes a little while, and the editing takes even longer. So when we put this together, I mean, there was so much lead up, so many things we had to make and build, that it was like, oh my god, we've been working on this for so long. Are we going to film the fucking thing or not? So in my brain, it didn't feel like it was going right. But then it was like the day before filming, and I saw all the costumes laid out. I saw the painted alien head, the pink tights with Sharpie lines around them, the football pads, and I saw all that laid out. And I remember saying to Sean, I was like, this is starting to get funny. Looking at all these parts, now I'm mildly excited. I think I'm excited to do this now. And then we filmed it, and that left because it was, oh my god, it's 6 p.m. Well, I have a trash can on my head.
As we were filming it, we filmed a couple days. It took like full days.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think the end of the second day, like, this is either going to be an amazing video or a fucking awful video.
Yeah.
I remember being 2 hours into the shooting the first day when we were at the park. Shooting the weirdest shit and going, this video is either going to do great or we're going to go, we fucked up so bad. I don't think there's like an in-between on this one.
There was.
Yeah. And
for whatever reason, I couldn't understand you guys. I couldn't get behind that it would fail. I just knew, like...
Yeah, you know, that's funny.
It can't fall flat on its ass.
Because as we were filming it, it's funny because we were having this exact conversation as we were filming it. We were just saying, like, this is either going to be amazing or just shit. It's just not going to work. And Garrett would always respond to that, well, it can't fail. Oh, okay.
We were having...
it can't fail.
I was having so much fun filming it.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of long, hard days, but I was having a fairly great time throughout all of them, and just knowing how much fun I was having and you guys were all having too, I
Yeah.
just knew that I just had a hunch that the video was going to be great.
Yeah. And so what was difficult too was Derek was not able to help with that video. Derek was out sick because, well, the same thing with...
I prepared the video.
Yeah, Derek, the idea, honestly, the germ of the idea came from Derek when we were trying to come up with what do we do for a second Dragon Ball video.
What convention were we at?
We were at Anime Expo, I thought.
PAX East.
It was PAX
We
East.
were talking ideas, and we thought initially. I'll back this up a little bit. Initially, we were like, okay, how do we do another Dragon Ball Z video? And initially, it was kind of like, oh, maybe this will be a follow up to last year's video, almost like a sequel. And maybe Justin could introduce it again. This is just stuff we were spitballing. But, maybe he'll introduce it again. Okay, for real this time, they're going to really do a real trailer. And we had this fragment of an idea where it was going to start with, okay, it's Resurrection F, Frieza's back. You see Frieza in the first second, and he immediately dies. And then they just fight the Cybermen for the rest of the video. Like, it was some stupid gag where it's like immediately the threat is gone, and they just fight stupid things. And that idea was kind of funny. It was like, that's a funny setup, whatever. But then after that, it kind of was like, well, then where do we go from there? Our original video hit all the Dragon Ball Z cliches. We had already made fun of all that stuff. So it kind of was like, we would just be repeating the same video. And I think Eric, you and Derek had seen, you had seen one of the Sweeted videos on YouTube.
It was we looked up Michelle Gondry taxi cab driver.
Taxi cab confessions.
Taxi cab. I don't remember how I came across that video.
I don't know. You just found it all of a sudden, and it was like
I was going through videos one night and I found that, and I know Eric loves Taxi Driver, so I showed it to him.
I really like, and I think the sweeting of that is really cool because
it
doesn't stick like beat for beat with like the plot. It kind of takes liberties here and there, but like
it gets the general idea.
Yeah, and it's really cool and really colorful and really different. And then Derek's like, we should Swede Dragon Ball Z, and it was always going, It was just kind of like thrown out there and like, whatever, and then not really talking about it, and then
my initial thing, in my head, I thought like, that's a funny idea, but no, I don't want to do that. Like, because again, I have this fear of making physical things and stuff. I just don't know how to do that. But again, once I realized, no, the point of this is to get silly with it. Then it was fun to me. Then it was like, okay, we can, just make stuff, whatever. And so we came up, we finally decided, okay, that's what we'll do. That was when we decided what we wanted to do was around E3 time. And what's funny about it is after E3, one night, I went to, it was the birthday party of Ross from Game Grumps.
Name dropper.
And, there's a story behind that, is I saw him, and he asked me about, like, what we were working on, and I said, I think we're doing a Dragon Ball Z video. I think we're going to do another Dragon Ball video. And he's like, oh, what are you going to do this time? And I was like, I think we're going to kind of do everything where it's homemade. And, like, we're sweeting it, if you ever heard of that. Like, and he immediately went, oh, so you're going to have Frieza with the trash can head, like the flip top? And it was like, okay, so when that shows up in the video, thank you, you'll know that was you. And sure enough, that's what's in there. But anyway, so we ended up doing that. But anyway, Derek was not able to help, so we were a little short-handed. Once we were actually filming, he came up with a ton of actually, the main thing I want to give Derek credit for was we were trying to think of sillier and sillier ideas for how to execute these things. And when it came time, like, how would we make a homemade Piccolo? Derek said, what? I don't even want to say this. And I was like, no, what? What if it was, this is stupid, but like if somebody had a green screen suit and someone just cut the eyes out? I don't know. And that hit me so funny. That was like, nope, that's in. That's that. So and what's funny is we did that, and once the video came out, we had so many people asking, oh, Septic 5 reference. It's like, no. But anyway, so once I learned, once it was kind of like, okay, it's supposed to be silly, it was a lot more fun. But really, it played the most to Sean's strength, because Sean made almost everything in the video. That was definitely Sean's strength, is to be able to kind of make these kind of just crafty things, and that worked out really well. Between that and my knowledge of Dragon Ball Z, we were able to work together really well.
And Sean's knowledge of Dragon Ball Z.
I have such knowledge now. If you want to talk about any of the Frieza forms, I'm ready. Go.
Which is your favorite form?
3.
Third form. Right?
Yeah.
Shout out Jake Innes.
Yeah.
So we did all that, and we shot for a couple days. But then this third day was coming up, and it was the only thing that I did not have an idea for personally was when Frieza gets cut up, like he throws his energy drinks, energy discs, and gets cut up. That was something I did not know. Like, how are we going to do that? Whatever. But Derek was able to join us by that point, and it was perfect because he had a million ideas for that. And so from that point in the video on, Derek was back on and had tons of great ideas, and so it ended up working out really well. So anyway.
Yeah, I was thinking I probably used so much spray paint to make that video that the ozone's like permanently fucked up.
Yeah.
You're the global warming. You're the government.
I started making a pile of spray paint cans. I spray painted so many football pads and blinds or whatever that by the end I think there was like 13 empty cans just sitting on the side. It's like I just done everything.
The government from Backyard Messiahs is the government that all the Texans are complaining about why global warming.
Oh.
You got deep.
I'm in a conspiracy
It's legal.
casting lately.
It's legal. Government can't do anything.
Yeah, come at me, government.
Yeah,
actually,
go for
don't. Fuck. I'm sorry, I said that.
Oh God. Sorry.
Oh, IRS, huh? Call the law. No, don't say that. No, I was just joking. Don't say that. Anyway, so yeah, was there? Oh, so anyway, I just want to say once again though. So so everyone pitched in on that video. Everyone gave 110%. We put out behind the scenes, but it's a little more limited. Like, I would have loved for the behind the scenes to be a little more in depth, but frankly, we were all in the video, or we were all helping with it, and it just wasn't the priority. But I think that's better. We got a better video out of it, and so I want to say thank you to everybody for helping with that. And
everyone here right now was
was there.
From shooting it.
So is Jake Innes.
Yeah,
Jake,
and our friend Andrew.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
Andrew was Trunks,
and no one knew. Everyone kept trying to figure out who that was.
It's so quick.
Oh,
yeah.
Trunks.
Yeah, people thought it was another Cliff Blazinski cameo.
Yeah, that would have been good. Where's Cliff?
I will say that I think that is Eric's shining moment being Frieza.
Eric is so good as Frieza, and I got so many. I saw so many comments, but I got emails too that were just like, Eric's best role. Eric made that video. I got a couple emails that were like, I never liked Eric. He banned me from the chat. I hate Eric. But that video, I love him now.
Yeah.
Like you came around.
Yeah.
That was by far one of Eric's best. I completely
it was
agree.
just be a shitty campy villain.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah.
Be loud and talk like this. It's like that's easy. I know.
Yeah.
There's no effort in that for me. It's easy. Be shitty. Cool.
Revival F is like
Resurrection F.
Or Resurrection F.
Why even just let it keep going? Just
it's like smashing box office numbers.
It ended with it's out now, but it earned like 8 or 10 million, which for a super limited release Dragon Ball Z thing was really good.
I heard from someone that it was 5th in the country that weekend.
Yeah, at one point it was number 5.
Wow.
I don't know what else it was up against. It was a couple weekends.
Considering
crazy.
It was not in that many theaters, it just basically sold out every screening.
That's awesome.
I know a lot of people who tried to go and it was just sold out. So my hope is that next time they actually just release it. I mean, I'm curious how it will do if they just fully wide released it. You know, I wonder how that would do, or if it's fine the way it is. You know, I don't know. But it did really well, and I know a lot of people liked it.
Shouts out to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, DBZ theme. All right.
Legally.
Sorry, government, you're not going to get us on that
Let me
one.
try to get to the good part real quick. Sorry, couldn't find it.
Yeah, that was a little
Where's the fucking guitar solo? Anyways, good video.
Yeah.
Good video.
And now we got 2 Dragon Ball Z videos. Check them out if you haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Watch them back to back.
Watch them back to back.
Battle of Gods
Which
live
one's
action
better?
trailer
Show one
last
to your
year.
friend. Go into your computer lounge at school. Go on every single computer. Load it up.
Yep.
Keep
Load
it
up
going.
the video.
YouTube doubler, put them both up.
Yeah.
Yeah, play them at the same
Yeah.
time.
And use
Hey.
every single computer to subscribe to Mega64's YouTube channel.
Make alternate accounts.
Hey, I'm curious. Hey, you know what? Podcast question of the week: which Mega64 DBZ video is better?
I like that.
Battle of Gods video from last year, or Frieza Saga in 5 minutes video from this year, or wild card? You could argue cosplayers Battle of Sex Gods.
yeah.
That was Dragon Ball themed a little bit.
Talking about going Super Saiyan.
They have the
Super
ability to morph and even up the score.
Even up the
With the
score.
Avatar, they put on the Avatar here.
No one can take Goku down.
They're gonna even up the score, guys. Okay, we might be out of the 7-second zone here.
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, I think we're gonna get.
Revival
They're gonna
Thanks,
flag us.
Greg.
They're gonna flag us, dude.
Nobody's gonna flag us.
Yeah, they are.
Dragon Ball Z. All right, that's it. That's
I
it.
think I was just gonna say real quick. I don't think I have a favorite of the two. I think the Battle of Gods video last year was more focused on being a comedy sketch. Like it was more, hey, we're gonna let these guys make a trailer, and it's such a disaster.
Yeah.
So I liked last year's video better as a comedy sketch, but as a Dragon Ball fan, I like this year's.
All right,
video
nobody
better.
cares what you think.
All right, there you
I
go.
was hoping it'd be, a good part. Anyways, what else we got to talk about?
I don't know.